I find joy in traveling and hiking, so let's do both at Yosemite National Park. Now, before that, we have the most dangerous of our hikes in the airport.
I kind of don't think we're supposed to be here.
Listen, GPS said it was a 15-minute walk, and we were like, that's easy, but we both know that around the airport is nothing, and that's truly what there was.
Look at those flowers. Where the heck are we? I don't trust this. That journey was not worth it.
To get to Yosemite, we flew into San Diego and then into Fresno, and I had to capture the sun because look at that beautiful sky. Look at how beautiful it is out there. Eventually, we made it to Fresno. We grabbed our car and immediately drove to Yosemite. Another thing that brings me joy is watching cars hit clean mileage numbers, and this one was about to hit 11,000, and ironically, I dropped the phone as soon as it happens.
Of course I missed it.
It's okay, you didn't have to experience it, but I did. Also, the more important experience is the nature outside. So here is the view from Tunnel View. It is stunning, but everyone was here. Look at how many cars. Insane. We thought that because the internet said that October was like the shoulder season because it was starting to get colder, less people would be here, but no, this place was packed.
Finally, no longer driving. I can finally walk. So exciting.
Because we had had such a long travel day, we decided to just take it easy and just visit lower falls as well as like walking around the flat, like accessible paths.
Where's the water?
Turns out October is a dry month for this place, so most of the water has dried up, which is why it looks like a desert, which I guess it kind of is. Regardless, still stunning, still nature, and better than being at home behind a computer. Now, one of the things I noticed about Yosemite is that like everything is laid out and there's only like 10 paths you can go on. There's not really that much exploration, which kind of makes it feel a little commercialized, which has its pros because that means it's accessible.
Jeez. That is commitment.
Another thing I noticed is that the hiking in Yosemite is purely just to hike. There's not really end results or like a view at the end, which is something that I prefer.
On a bridge.
Now, along with just coincidentally going when a lot of people were going, we also went during a lot of construction. So there were bridges and like closed roads and like where you had to share it with the other side of the road. It was not that bad, but it did add a little bit to our traffic.
Excuse me? Oh my gosh, it's the size of a car. Wow.
One of my goals for the trip was to see the sequoias. I'm obsessed with large trees. I speak for the trees. Me and the Lorax, we are buddies. Anyways, so we had to go on this trail because I wanted to see them. But sadly, a lot of them were cut down or burnt or whatever. And it was really sad to see. But the ones that were there were stunning.
Oh my god.
So what was interesting about this Mariposa Grove hike is that the beginning, the accessible portion was super crowded, but as soon as you started hiking the like unpaved trails, you really got to experience the silence and the nature sounds, and I loved that. Also, the higher up you went, the more construction and tree demolition, cutting down, whatever you want to call it, you saw. It was really, really sad. By the time you get to the top, the trees are very sparse.
Smells amazing right now. Smells like camp. No, it smells like Menards. Is this one that squishy? Oh no, it is so weird because I stepped on it earlier and I was like, what? My new home, 2,700. Oh, yeah, but this guy's cute. Ah. Yeah, he looks different than the ones we're used to.
And here's what I mean by the views were really not views. Like you came to the top and all you saw was unfortunately burnt trees and chopped trees. It is really cool to see the mountains and things like that, but just not what I was expecting. However, there were some breathtaking moments along the way and I appreciate every single one of them. And because we had coincidentally gone during the government shutdown, there were no one there to like block off the roads that were damaged.
Go. Ow! 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 You should go first. Because it's people. Ow.
Well, I am side. Do you not?
Ow!
It made the hiking experience more authentic.
I think you could clear the little ones, but not this big tree. Are you pushing or?
Oh, I'm bleeding.
Okay, I have band-aids.
There has to be one injury every trip, okay? When I say that the hikes at Yosemite were purely for people who like to hike, the Mist Trail is such a great example of that because it's half a mile of straight up
Of all inclines.
literally just inclines and stairs and just the most painful experience. It was not enjoyable at all. The fact that I made it up and back down, I'm so proud of myself. The only reason we chose this hike is because someone overheard us complaining about all the water being dried up and they were like, there's a lot of water on this trail. It's a little steep, but we can do it. You can definitely do it. And we believed them. I mean, they were right about the water. It was definitely there and definitely beautiful, but I'm debating if it was worth it and why they thought I could do this. Now are you seeing why they said that this was worth it? That fall was beautiful.
Oh, come on.
But again, I don't know if it was worth risking my life for.
This is my death. I feel it.
What's even crazier is this wasn't even the final destination. You're supposed to hike all the way to the top of the fall, which is what I did. Insert adventure music here. Except I'm not gonna.
Sorry.
There were a lot of people here chickening out because of the height, because it was kind of crazy. Like, if you fell over, you're gone. There's no saving you there. The whole time on the stairs, I was begging for a flat incline, and I got one, and it almost killed me.
Go get it.
It's crazy. You can make friends anywhere you go. I then relaxed, and it was time to go down.
What have I committed to? No. I quit.
The Midwestern in me didn't realize how cold it was until the sun disappeared. And so it was 20s to 40s. And on this day, it decided to snow. So all of our plans all went to waste because it closed the roads. So we decided to go to Mirror Lake, which is apparently Mirror Meadow in the fall because there's no water. How lovely.
The wrong side of the trail. Let's see, how are we gonna do this? Did it.
It's okay that the lake was not a lake because you know what? I've always wanted to see the bottom of a lake. So that's what I did. Again, government shutdown meant that the paths were not properly labeled, so we had to do a lot of that.
You need to move. I'm gonna run for it.
Take that step.
It's fun, okay? It's thickening the plot of the hike. The other thing I noticed about this hike is that it was eerily quiet. So anytime you heard a noise, you were like, is that a bear? Is that a this? Is that a that? I also found these plants, which if you know what these are, please let me know. Because I thought it was bamboo, but they're definitely not. They're something else. And I've never seen them in my life. And at this point, we had made it to the end of the hike and it was basically a loop. So all you had to do is just turn around. There's not really a view at the end of it, but it's okay. Because I mean, this is still somewhat of a view.
It's stuck on these steps again. The mosquitoes are insane. It's completely different than the bottom. We're totally visiting different climates every 10 feet. What is this?
And with that, our trip came to an end. Join me to find joy at our next adventure.